So I'm super excited to be doing this Stash Bash hop again this month. I plan on continuing this with all of the girls for the rest of next year too. So for this month, we're focusing on our mists. And my favorite mists are my Shimmers mists. I have lots and lots of colors. So I decided that I wanted to work on a pocket page. I had gotten some new products from the Cheeky Studio, and yeah, I wanted to do play in pockets. I've been kind of feeling not super creative recently, but these products were really, really cute, and they were just calling to me to do a page in my niece's album. So I wanted to incorporate my mists to go along with the Stash Bash. So what I did was I pulled mists that I thought would match my Cheeky Studio goodies, and then I went ahead and I just sprayed and sprayed and sprayed onto this piece of basil marshmallow cardstock. I let everything kind of dry. I got some paper towels and kind of pulled up some of it so we didn't get some yucky like brown colors. You'll notice in the photo, for some reason this layer at the end didn't photograph the best. I'm not quite sure why. But it looks muddy, but it wasn't. It's not muddy in real life. It looks shimmery and glittery and just fabulous. So I'm going to go ahead here and I'm spraying, and I'm going to do lots of droplets, and I'm going to create until I like what I'm seeing and what it looks like. If you're interested in the colors of mist that I used Pink Stiletto, Glorious Day, Cotton Candy, and Oh Say Can You See. And once I had my mist and I liked the way my background looked and everything was dry, I'm just cutting the entire sheet of cardstock into 4x4 squares because I figured I would use some of these cards on this layout, and then I'll use some of the cards on another layout, or maybe I'll do some square greeting cards, something. So the next thing I wanted to do was I pulled in some of the cards that were in the Cheeky Studio kit. This is the Lots of Llama kit. The only thing I love this kit. It's beautiful. The only thing is I don't like rounded corners, but that's just a personal preference. So, and I can cut them apart to make them not rounded anymore. So I'm going to go through and chop off all the rounded corners and then match the cards up with photos and where I want to do some filler cards, and then I'll start creating my pages. So I'm going to go ahead and these cards, if you've watched my videos using this album before, really, I like to keep them really simple. But I did go through my stash. I pulled a few things that I thought, so I keep some little glass bowls hanging out on my table that just have offcuts and bits and pieces of things that I would like to get used up and out of my stash. Every so often I flip them out as some gets low, but I grabbed this little glass container of ephemera, and then I have that black doily. I just have that one, and then I grabbed some photo corners, and I thought that I would incorporate those into it. I got the entire Lots of Llama kits from Cheeky Studio because I happen to love llamas. They're beautiful, and I'm super impressed with the paper that all these products are created with. I'm super impressed with the fact that the ephemera pack is like gigantic. There's lots and lots and lots of different sizes and lots of things to play with. And then also the flare, which initially I had planned on using on this pocket page, but I ended up filling up the cards really nicely, and at the end I didn't really need the flares, so we'll save those for the next project. I added to my cards these little Kaisercraft pearls. Again, these were from that little glass container of things that I'm trying to kind of use up and get out of my stash, things I still really like, but you know, I'm down to like the last little bits. For my filler cards, I decided I wanted to go ahead and use the black photo corners because the photos have a lot of black in them, and I wanted to make sure that the filler cards I was creating had that little pop of black in them as well. I'm inking everything up with my hickory smoke distress ink, and I had so much fun with this ephemera pack. It was so big and had so many beautiful, adorable little llamas in it. Like, I loved them. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of start nestling in the die cuts, the embellishments. I really wanted to make sure that the wording on this card was visible, but I also really wanted to use these llamas that have the mother and the baby. And the reason I wanted to use that mama and baby llama die cut so badly is because the card next to it is going to be this photo of my sister-in-law and my adorable niece. So I love the idea of having the mama and the baby and the little sentiment and then looking across the page at this photo. So these page cards are going to come together really quick simply because I have I have all these gorgeous die cuts. And so I'm just going to continue to kind of flick through them, add florals. The florals are so pretty and gorgeous. And then I also grabbed my pop dots because I'm going to pop up some of the elements on each of the cards to make them stand out a little bit. I also went ahead and put some of the die cuts off the edge, and then I'm going to trim the edge off so that it creates I like the look of it off the edge. As you watch me do this, there is one thing that I put on every page that I just didn't put on with this collection and with these photos, and that is staples. I use staples on Project Life card on my pocket pages consistently, but for some reason I just didn't feel like they kind of went with all these gorgeous florals and llamas. So we'll probably so we did totally skip them. Now here's where I kind of think about a flare. I never adhere my flares to my cards. If I'm doing a pocket page, I kind of set them aside, and then when I'm totally finished, I go in and add a flare. Add the flares on top of the plastic, pockets. I just find that a little bit easier, so that you don't have to try to throw the flares put the flare in a pocket and you get glare and all that. But okay, moving on to the next card. So for this card, I really wanted to use this confetti for a card from Cheeky Studio and my black polka dot doily because this is such a cute card. This was a Snapchat picture that my sister-in-law took, I guess, and it says chunky, and she looks so chunky, and more llamas, because who doesn't love more llamas? So I have to tell you this. I know llamas are like a trendy kind of thing right now, and a lot of people are like, what's up with the llamas? I gotta say, I love them. I love the llamas. They're awesome. They make my heart happy. I love them. So this is going to be our first page, and now we're going to move on to the second page, and I'm going to again start with a filler card. This is the card that I'm talking about. No matter how I photographed it, it looks on camera like it's just muddy or dirty, but it's not. It's really shimmery and gorgeous, and you can see the gold, and you can see the aqua and the pink peeking out around it. So it just didn't photograph well. But I wanted to use this card as my filler card, and I'm just going to go ahead and create a little bit of a cluster off to the left side and call this one done. Next up, we have this beautiful teal card that I'm going to use as my background. And I had so much fun creating this card. This might be my favorite. So in this photo, you can see I'm kind of covering up. It looks like I'm kind of covering up my niece's hand, but that's because her hand right there is super blurry. And so I decided it needed happy trees. So I'm going to add this really super cute die cut. I'm going to make a cluster of really happy, lovely trees. I love the trees. They're so cute. I'm going to pop some up, and then I'm going to add a little die cut from my little die cut packs. I think this might be from Crate Paper Notes and Things, but don't quote me on that. Again, this is just that little glass container that I toss stuff into and use occasionally. And then I'm going to also add some Kaiser Craft pearls to this card. For my next card, I wanted to use the rest of this doily because I like to make sure that whatever's on the left side of these pocket pages, those same elements come in on the right side. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this doily up behind my photo, trim it off, and just add a little bit of embellishing. More happy trees. Yep, totally, absolutely more happy trees. I wanted to do the trees on this side because I definitely had trees, you know, on that other one. And I love the trees. The trees are super duper cute. So we're going to add our Kaisercraft pearls, which I was really trying to use that entire pack of them on this layout. I was like, how many pearls is too many per card? So for this last filler card, I really wanted to fussy cut out this llama. And I'm going to cluster him up with this die cut that was from my little bowl, and then a couple of the cute florals from the Tiki Studio kit, and some pearls. And here are the little pearls I'm going to add, and then we're going to call this card done. I think that this is my last card, maybe. Let's see if this is it. I think this might be my last card. I'm sorry this video is slightly longer than some of my other ones, only because I really wanted to show you my process for both sides of this page, and there was the mixed media at the beginning. So now I'm just going to slip all these cards into their pockets so you can see both sides of the spread together. I really, really love how this turned out, and I really love these Tiki Studio products. If you have not checked out that little shop yet, please, I encourage you. I'll leave a link below to check out all her fun kits. And then also below, you'll find the YouTube Hop information for the entire YouTube Hop. There's lots of girls. We're all using mists. We're all showing you different ways to use the mists. And these are a really versatile and fun product. So I encourage you to go ahead down through the entire Stash Bash YouTube Hop and check out everyone's projects. That will be it for today. Here again, I really wanted to use a flare, but it was really, I didn't want to force it. I felt like it was really done. We didn't need them. So, all right, have a wonderful, wonderful day, and we will see you again next month for another Stash Bash Hop. Here's some close-ups, and have a lovely day. Bye.